Was Julia's sacrifice at Castle Leathers a turning point scene on Outlander, Blood of My Blood Episode 3? Julia had to make a horrible decision at Castle Leathers, while Ellen was attempting to save her family. As Simon closely watched Julia, her pregnancy turned into a risky secret. Davina coerced her into taking an abortion pill after learning about her situation, claiming that Simon would kill the unborn child if he learned the truth. In her letter to Henry, Julia described it as, "the only piece of you I have left," that she did not want to part with. Knowing that she had few options, Julia devised a horrible scheme. At night, she went into Simon's room, took off her clothes, and offered herself to him. Even though it damaged her pride, Julia allowed Simon to believe he was the child's father in order to ensure her baby's survival. Her selflessness was a tragic display of maternal affection. It was a pivotal moment that demonstrated the extent to which women had to endure in a male-dominated society. Ellen's astute move and Julia's depressing decision at the end of the show were comparable in that both women didn't want to be pawns, but their decisions were determined by their circumstances. While Julia suffered and made sacrifices, Ellen was astute and calculated. The conclusion of Outlander, Blood of My Blood Episode 3 was largely dependent on Ellen's capacity to transform a catastrophe into a triumph. When Ellen was forced to marry Malcolm Grant against her will, she discovered that her brothers, Dougal and Colum, were using her as leverage to support their claims to the title of laird. Ellen refused to accept her predetermined fate. Rather, she forced both brothers to publicly vow loyalty to one another, naming Dougal war chieftain and Colum laird in peace. In addition to bringing the clan together to combat adversaries like James McKinney, this two-person leadership helped to defuse the situation. By the end of the event, the clan had embraced the Mackenzie brothers' kneeling commitment, which had stunned everyone in the hall. Janet commented that Ellen's performance was excellent and that it reminded her of their father's approach to event management. By doing this, Ellen preserved her brothers' excellent reputations, prevented Clan Mackenzie from disintegrating, and prevented herself from being exploited as a pawn in a marriage arrangement. Her boldness saved the family's future, demonstrating that a leader was defined by intelligence rather than physical prowess. How did Ellen's bold move change everything? One of the most pivotal moments of the season was shown in Outlander, Blood of My Blood Episode 3, School of the Moon, which debuted on August 15, 2025. The hour demonstrated how the lives of two women, Julia Beauchamp during World War I and Ellen Mackenzie in 18th-century Scotland, were entwined with their family's survival by balancing passion, treachery, sacrifice, and strategy. In the end, Ellen's bold intervention at a difficult oath-taking ceremony protected her freedom but also changing the clan's leadership. How, therefore, did Ellen's audacious action alter everything? The answer is obvious. She turned what might have been her demise into a plan that guaranteed the allegiance of her brothers to one another and stabilized the future of the entire clan. This series is a prequel to the well-known film Outlander. It centers on the romantic relationships between Jamie Fraser's parents in Scotland and Claire Beauchamp's parents in England. In Outlander, Blood of My Blood's third episode, Ellen and Julia find themselves in a difficult situation. Ellen transformed Clan Mackenzie and demonstrated that she possessed the political acumen of a true leader by arranging for Colum and Dougal to collaborate as leaders. The episode demonstrated that history is frequently determined by cunning, sacrifice, and strategy rather than by force by tying Julia's struggle for existence to that of the Mackenzie siblings.